Have you ever wondered how it all began? Even before time, space, and existence as we know it today, there is a profound mystery surrounding the first moments of creation, and the Bible offers us intriguing glimpses into these events. In this video, we will explore the secrets surrounding the creation of the universe and humanity according to the Scriptures. These are mysteries that connect us to the origin of the world and the divine wisdom that sustains everything that exists. These mysterious passages of the Bible make us question God's purpose in every detail of creation and invite us to deeply reflect on our own existence. What you will see today may challenge how you've always seen the world and the divine plan. Before we move on to the first mystery, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it to help spread these spiritual truths. Now let's embark on this journey together and uncover the 10 most fascinating mysteries of creation. The light before the sun. In the opening verses of Genesis, we read that God created light even before the sun, moon, and stars. This seemingly simple detail hides one of the most intriguing mysteries of creation. What kind of light illuminates without the need for celestial bodies? Some scholars believe this initial light was a direct manifestation of God's presence, a light that transcends the physics and natural laws we know. It's as if the divine essence itself was enough to illuminate all creation. This light could represent the glory of God radiating through the void, symbolizing life, purity, and divine power. Another interesting point is that Jesus is often described as the light of the world in the Bible. Some theologians suggest that this first light might be a preview, an anticipation of Christ's coming, indicating that he was always present from the very beginning, participating in the divine plan of salvation. This idea is reinforced in John chapter 1, verses 3-5, where we read that all things were made through him. And so this initial light not only illuminates creation, but also begins our spiritual journey. Now let's move on to the next mystery and explore the Garden of Eden and its waters. The Garden of Eden and its waters. The Garden of Eden is described in the Bible as a place of unparalleled beauty, where God planted trees that bore fruit and where man had full communion with him. However, the exact location of this paradise remains a mystery. In Genesis, we are told that 4 rivers flowed from Eden, spreading throughout the land, but the precise geographical references are lost to time. Some believe that Eden was not only a physical place, but also a spiritual one, a space where heaven and earth met. This could explain why the rivers are mentioned with such emphasis, representing the source of divine life and prosperity. The 4 rivers, each with its own name, like the Tigris and the Euphrates, indicate a deep connection with God's purpose. For many scholars, Eden is seen as a model of the heavenly paradise, the original place of harmony and peace that God desires to restore in creation. These rivers may symbolize God's grace flowing in all directions, bringing life and renewal. With this image in mind, we move on to the next mystery. The angels who may have witnessed it all. The creation of angels. Before the creation of earth and humanity, the Bible suggests that God had already created the angels, spiritual beings of power and wisdom. In Job chapter 38, verse 7, God asks Job where he was when the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy. Here, many interpret these sons of God as the angels who watched in awe as earth was created. These celestial beings seem to have a role as witnesses and perhaps as collaborators in creation, although their specific function is not fully revealed. The presence of angels at the beginning of everything reminds us that creation is far more complex than we perceive, involving both the visible and the invisible. Now we turn to the mystery of the creation of humanity, made in the image and likeness of God. One of the greatest mysteries of creation is what it means to be made in the image of God. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, God declares, "Let us make man in our image after our likeness." But what does this really mean? Is it something spiritual, moral, or physical? Many believe that God's image in humanity is more than a physical resemblance. It involves divine attributes, such as the capacity for reason, creativity, love, and justice. These qualities set us apart from all other creation, making us co-creators and stewards of the world God entrusted to us. There is also a spiritual dimension to this mystery. By creating humanity in His image, God grants humans the ability to relate to Him in a unique way. This relationship is based on conscience, morality, and the search for truth and purpose. Being made in God's image means that in our essence, we carry a reflection of the divine. This idea of bearing God's image leads us to the next mystery: the presence of sacred trees in the Garden of Eden, especially the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The tree of life and the tree of knowledge. At the center of the Garden of Eden, God placed two special trees: the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. These symbols are rich in meaning and carry deep spiritual implications. The tree of life, mentioned in Genesis and again in Revelation, represents eternity and divine sustenance. Eating its fruits meant living forever in communion with God. The tree of knowledge of good and evil, on the other hand, presents a different mystery. Why would God place a tree that, when touched, would bring disobedience and fall? This tree is believed to represent the choice of free will, a test of obedience and trust in God. It symbolizes the knowledge humanity would gain by distancing itself from divine dependence. By choosing to eat the forbidden fruit, Adam and Eve not only gained knowledge but also lost innocence and full communion with God. The presence of these trees in Eden reminds us of the impact of human choices. And now, with this reflection, we explore the role of Eve and the concept of original sin. Original sin and the fall of Adam and Eve. The story of Eve and original sin is one of the most well-known in the Bible. When Eve chooses to eat the forbidden fruit and Adam joins her, the first human disobedience occurs, bringing sin into the world. This moment marks the separation between God and humanity, but also represents the beginning of the plan of redemption. Many see original sin as a choice between good and evil, but it also symbolizes human freedom. God gave humanity the capacity to choose, and with it came responsibility and consequences. The fall of Adam and Eve is both a tragedy and a lesson about the importance of obedience and trust in the Creator. From this point on, humanity began to live outside paradise, away from the direct presence of God, in a world marked by suffering and spiritual struggle. But what happened to the celestial beings after this fall? This is the question we explore in the next mystery: the fate of celestial beings after the fall. When Adam and Eve were expelled from Eden, the Bible also suggests a division in the heavenly realm. Some theologians believe that this human fall may have led some angels to choose sides, resulting in a second fall for certain spiritual beings. These fallen angels, known as demons, began to oppose God's plan, fighting against His purpose for humanity. This is one of creation's mysteries, the coexistence of good and evil, spiritual beings that influence the world. With this, creation became a spiritual battlefield. Let's now move to another fascinating mystery: the possible existence of other worlds created by God, the possible existence of other worlds. In Genesis, God creates the heavens and the earth, but what exactly are these heavens? For some scholars, the heavens could represent more than the physical sky. They could be realms or spiritual dimensions beyond our comprehension. This possibility leads us to question, did God create only Earth, or are there other realms we do not yet know? This idea of multiple worlds or realities is a mystery that inspires humility and fascination. God's creation is vast and complex, and perhaps our understanding is only a small fraction of what truly exists. And then comes another question: what was the duration of the days of creation? Let's explore this next. The mystery of time in creation. When we read that God created the world in 6 days, the question arises: were these literal days, 24 hours each, or do they represent longer periods? The interpretation of the days of creation is a subject of great debate among theologians and scientists. Some argue that these days represent ages, indicating that creation could have taken place over millennia. Others believe they are literal days, emphasizing God's power to create everything instantly. This debate about time reflects the mystery of how God's time differs from ours. To God, the past, present, and future may be a single reality. He is not limited by time as we are. This concept makes creation seem even more extraordinary, showing us God's eternity. Now we move to the final mystery: the spiritual beings who guard creation. Spiritual beings as guardians of creation. The Bible describes spiritual beings such as cherubim and seraphim as guardians of creation. After the fall of Adam and Eve, God places cherubim to guard the entrance to Eden, protecting the tree of life. These guardians symbolize the sanctity of the divine space. These beings not only guard sacred places, but also protect divine purposes, reminding us of God's invisible presence that guides and cares for His creation. They are agents of protection, serving God's plan. These guardians show us that creation is sacred and is constantly under divine protection. And thus we conclude our journey through the mysteries of creation. These mysteries are not just stories. They remind us of God's greatness and the love with which He created everything around us. Each of the mysteries explored today challenges us to view creation with reverence and gratitude. May these secrets inspire us to seek a deeper connection with the Creator. Creation is a gift and a reflection of divine love for us. Let us preserve this understanding and live with purpose, knowing we are part of something far greater than we imagine. If this journey has brought new meaning to your faith, please like the video, subscribe, and share it so more people can discover the divine mysteries of creation. May God bless you all.